All right, I'm here with No-Tail. We're at the HTC Bootcamp, C9. How is the camp going for you?
Good. It's going very good.
You guys, are scrimming a bunch of teams. What teams are you guys playing against?
We played EG and Secret, and then we played Complexity too.
So you're getting the high quality practice.
I mean, they're all in the tournament of the year, so these are the teams you're going to be playing against. So it's very good to scrim these teams.
Two of the teams are from NA. What do you think about their levels? I mean, obviously we know EG. People really respect them. I'm talking about more about Complexity. How well do you think they're going to do?
I actually have very high hopes for Complexity.
Top 8?
Top 8? Yeah. I actually think they can make it into top 8. Whether they make it into top 6 or even less, it's going to be hard for them. But I think they're solid enough to beat most of the teams there. And by most of the teams, I think they'll make it into top 8.
Wow, okay. I bet with someone that they would get top 8, just on 6-to-1 odds.
Did you bet for them?
Yeah, for them.
Yeah, that's good. I think you're going to win.
Okay. All right. That's good. I'm happy you said that. How are you guys looking?
I think we're looking good. I also think we're a top 6 contender, top 5, top 6 contender. And we've previously on LANs struggled versus Secret in the sense that we lose the game, but I think we've taken the game twice. Where I think we should have won if we played it out right, like after the start that we get. These teams are so good, but I do think we can take them on, like even the best.
Mm-hmm. Do you think there's going to be any chance that Secret doesn't perform as well as people are thinking? Because people are looking, they're like anything less than first or second, they're probably like maybe even less than first.
That would be unexpected. But at the same time, with that amount of pressure, it could be easy for him to crumble. Like it's a bit of a similarity to the Tier 3 Alliance. Obviously, they didn't go into the tournament with the same kind of hype as Secret, but after the groups, you can't help but think, if they drop down the lowers early on, that might mess with them, and then it just takes like one off day or whatever, and then they can be out like really quickly. But yeah, they're obviously the one to take it for now.
Mm-hmm. And what do you think about after that? After number one? Yeah. Who's if you can't talk about your own team, don't put yourself in there, because obviously that's a little biased. But like, who would you put up as number 2, 3, 4, that kind of thing? Because a lot of people think it's Secret and then EG, and then no one has any idea.
I think top 6 is gonna include Secret, EG, Vici, maybe Vici. Vici is also like one of those, you go into the tournament and you expect them to do well, but because of recent times, there's been some issues. But then there's LGD, and I think that would be my, what is that? Is that 5?
That's 4.
That's 4 only? That's my top 4. After that, it gets a bit hazy.
What about that? What about the CIS teams?
I think the CIS teams are struggling a lot at the moment. I think they're all working through some problems, but
visa problems.
Not visa problems, internal problems, like team problems. You
Okay.
know, you run into these things, and I think if they are to fix them, like if say all the teams fix their problems and play at their best limit, I'd say Empire would also be a top 6 contender.
Mm-hmm. And you are ready to go, right? You're ready to play.
I am ready to play. I could play tomorrow. I could play tonight. I'll be
You
ready to
want a
start
group
tonight.
stage to start tonight? Okay.
I'll be ready.
You don't want to sit and watch the Wildcard? Watch these guys scramble, play for their lives while you eat food?
Yes, that's also something I'm looking forward to. Yeah, that's always the beginning of TI. You get to see these like gladiator-like thing happening.
Why does everyone love that so much? All the players love that. Can you describe what's so good about it?
People love watching other people like in pain in a way. Like people stressed out. If you're not stressed out, you enjoy watching it in a way.
I guess it's the only time during TI where you're not actually stressed out.
Yeah.
Because it's like,
well, somebody is, not you, but somebody is very stressed out.
Yeah, before the event, you're like, oh, I just want this to start. During the event, you're like worried about your own position. You're worried about what you're gonna do in the next game. But I guess like right before it starts, you're just relaxed, and then you're just watching these guys struggle. Did you watch last year's?
Yeah, I've watched both years. I was there. I was watching and eating food.
What do you think's gonna happen in the wildcard this year?
It's pretty interesting. I do think CDEC, like I would be very, very surprised if CDEC did not make it into the top 2. Like I expect them to get top 1. And after that, it's hard. It's very hard to say. I think Viga's gonna really, really struggle. Yeah, if I had to put my money on anyone, I would put it on MVP.
Mm-hmm. They're gonna be the first team to have 2 teams. Well, I guess Navi and Navi US kind of counts.
Yeah.
But you know, there are 2 teams that legitimately like always play against each other and stuff.
Yeah.
And people were like, I can't believe they're splitting into 2 teams. And now they got one that's already in, and the other one's in the wild card. That's crazy.
There's been so much drama already building up to this, like with the Rave and MVP and and they didn't get they didn't get the invite.
Well, doesn't it prove it that it's right though that they didn't get the invite?
That it's right that they're better.
That Rave did. You know how like there was a whole debate about Rave.
Oh yeah. No, it does kind of. I think it was correct.
As harsh it is to say, like, if they deserved the invite, they would have at least got wildcard, right?
Yeah. It's hard to say because there were all these arguments for why Fnatic should have gotten it. Like they had the players who had more history, but Rave was as a team maybe having more history. Mm-hmm. But yeah, you're right. I think this kind of proved that. I think people got the invites and were put where they're supposed to be put.
Mm-hmm. And okay, so you have been to several TIs now.
2, yeah.
What you mean before this one, right?
Yeah, 2 before this.
And what's different going into this one? Like how have you changed your personal way you approach it? Is it the same or different or what?
I think I've changed a lot about how I approach it. The last 2 times I went, I think we actually didn't feel that good going into it. Like mostly because of bad luck and some stuff happening.
Well, yeah. I mean, last year you guys had that roster situation.
Yeah.
This year you have a pretty stable roster for most of the period leading up to TI, so that's pretty nice.
Well, I've changed a lot in the sense that I think you need to be more serious about certain things. You have to be really careful about how you say what time you go to bed. Like all these things, you really got to make sure that you feel like you're doing the right thing going into the tournament. You don't want to just do the thing that might not be the best thing for the tournament. So
like junk food.
Like junk food, perhaps. Sometimes you might want to do junk food just to make yourself feel better because you think it's the good thing for the tournament. As long as you're happy with what you're doing, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Like you just gotta be happy with what you're doing. Like believe that you're doing the right thing.
Is it kind of like? Do you feel that you're just gonna go to every TI from now on? Like, do you feel that? Are you still like, oh man, I qualified? It's not about that anymore, right? It's just like.
For me, it's not about that.
Yeah.
For me, it's about winning the tournament.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of people probably, at some point, you're just kind of taking for granted that you're getting there. If you're confident in yourself, and is that how you approach it, or do you?
I hope that I'm not taking things for granted. I'm very appreciative of what I now have achieved, but what I have right now, like the invite to TI, I won the best teams in the world, like that I'm happy. I'm still doing what I love. Like these things, I try to appreciate them as much as I can. But I mean, still, I'm here because I believe. I'm here because I need to win. I feel like I have to go for the win. If I weren't having this mentality, then I don't think I'd be where I was. But I like to think that I'm appreciating what I have.
Yeah, and the format's a little different this year than last year. They're going back to kind of the TI3 best of 2 kind of thing. What do you think about that?
It was best of 2 last year too, right? I believe it was.
No, it was best of 1.
Was it best of? Oh yeah, it was one group.
Yeah, one gigantic best of 1.
I forgot. And then top 1 got the special award and all this. Yeah, and I like the way they did it this year. I did really like the last year's format though. Like
you like the best of 1s? People were like, you need best of 2s.
Yeah, I think they could tweak it a little bit. That you still had the 2 groups. You did the best of 2s, but top 1 in the group still had this big advantage because I want to leave it out of chance that anybody can try and prepare losses. Like predict who's going to win, who's going to lose, and then put themselves in the seat that they want. For example. Okay. I don't really know if top 1 gets to choose first, top 2 gets to choose second, and so forth. And but I liked that last year top 1 got the special deal, and then was it 2 to 4 got into the top 8.
No, it was
No. Sorry, it was
1 and 2 had the same.
1 and 2 had the same. Yeah. But that made for it was hard to calculate anything. Like you couldn't put yourself in the seat that you wanted because everybody felt like they were fighting for their lives, right? Yeah. Here with the best of 2s, 2 groups, I mean, I'm not saying there's going to be anything rigged, like people throwing on purpose, but
You got the
I really liked last year's format.
the first
2-2?
level Roche.
Oh.
You want to get remember because that's the drama, right? You like in the qualifiers, Alliance, their final game, they got Roached on.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
first. You think that's gonna happen this time? Group stage level 1 Roaches. Give me an over under. How many you think are gonna happen?
I think one will happen.
At least in the group stage, one will happen.
I think at least in group stage one will happen. I mean, we saw the
Could be
level 1
MVP, right?
Oh, yeah, something like
He's
that.
gonna do it in the qualifier.
But
Wildcard.
we saw the level 1 Roche like a month or two ago with a Weaver. Did you see that?
No.
Like a Weaver that did Scarabs on the Roshan. It was like a completely unorthodox Roche level 1 lineup. Because
okay.
of the Scarabs, Roshan focused the Scarabs. Like nobody had thought of this or at least done it before. But maybe there's something new. Like maybe MVP does it with like, I don't know, a Warlock that does something. Slows it with upheaval. I don't know. You know, something like this
even
will happen.
effective?
I don't know, but I think one
That's
will
funny.
happen.
Okay, and this year, obviously the prize pool is so much. Is there really much difference between 11 and 17 or whatever it is at this point between last year and this year? The pressure and like how much people want to win. The extra money really make that big of a difference for you guys? I don't think it does it?
I think the pressure's going to be the same.
The same. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think there's much difference there.
Well, they made the distribution a little better for the teams that don't get first.
They did. I mean, maybe some teams they're gonna get to the top 8 that the $500,000 begins, but even top 12 the 200,000 begins. Maybe somebody goes into top 12 and like start having a different mindset, and that would be bad. So maybe there's less pressure for some people.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. Okay.
If the people that aim to win, the pressure's going to be the same. Like tournament's ongoing, they're not going to be satisfied till it's over.
Do you have a specific kind of role you play in the kind of like the mentality and like spirits of the team? Because you're very you're very motivational. I see your videos. I saw one that got posted to. There was a subreddit called Infectious Laughs. And you got your video posted on there, and it was just you cracking up about something.
Oh, I see.
So has playing so many years kind of dimmed your enthusiasm at all?
My enthusiasm for the game, I think, remains the same. It's very high, maybe too high.
You gotta calm down a bit.
Gotta calm down a bit sometimes.
Okay.
But I mean, I would like to play a bigger role in affecting people's emotions, like make people happy, make people not stressed out or whatever. I don't know how big of a role I play.
How is Cloud9 when things go bad? Do you guys get negative? Do you guys get angry? Or do you guys just kind of try and push it out and stay positive?
I think we could definitely stay more positive. It's not as bad as it could be, but there's room for improvement. I'm happy.
Do you think that's the best solution for it? Like when things go badly, to stay positive and.
Yeah, but I mean, it's hard. It's obviously hard, but in a perfect world, you're going to be positive rather than negative. But yeah, it's hard to say. Just I think if a clean level, like throughout, win or lose, is also like, desired.
Okay. I talked to Bold7, and he's talking about getting angry. Sometimes he gets angry. Do you get angry at all in pubs?
In pubs, I have gotten angry. I'm not gonna lie, but
Okay.
I think I deal with a lot more disappointment than I do anger. I get disappointed in.
Because I was here. I was watching you guys pub, and there's a guy that's just flaming right off the bat, and you just started yelling at him.
Yeah, that's exactly what that disappoints me so much when somebody just brings out this kind of attitude straight from the get-go. I just met you, man. Let's be friendly. But then some asshole attitude comes out.
Yeah.
It's disappointing.
And you call him out.
I call him out. I don't think I get angry, like legitimately angry or anything. But I like to meet like frustration with a stupid level of frustration. Just to show them how stupid somebody sounds.
Have you? When's the last time you have actually been really pissed off in a pub?
In a pub.
Do you get pissed off playing against Stachys?
I don't actually get to play much versus Stachys. I don't think I played against Stachys since I got here, and everybody was complaining on Twitter about how it's infested in
Is
the
it
US.
because you picked the Techies?
No, I don't pick Techies. I mean, I used to pick Techies. I would pick Techies if I played versus split versus Aoi, I would definitely pick Techie straight away.
Why? He hates it?
Didn't you see his Twitter feed? I mean,
Oh,
goddamn,
yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Artur hates it too, right?
Artur hates it too, but
he hates everything.
I mean, Aoi went as far to make like a petition to remove techies, like to get signatures online. So that's just an...
He's got to learn how to play techies. Then you never have to play against him.
Yeah.
If you play the hero, then you never have to deal with him.
No, but I can't remember the last time I got really mad in a pub. Probably sometime in... Last time I was in the US. US pubs are the worst. They're just the worst.
What's different about them?
It's just like you have 4K MMR in Europe, and you like say you go to China, right? This 4K MMR in Europe is going to be worth like 3K in China. Like they're much better in China. But say you have this 4K in Europe, and you go to the US, 4K is like 4K in the US is like 2K in Europe. It's just that bad. Like it's like unbelievable. I had this nukes in my game, right? This took me back in the day, Battle.net Dota 1. You have these nukes assassins that like have boots and they can 4. And then 4 available item slots, like 4 open item slots. I met that yesterday. Like 4 item slots, and it was like unable to hit any spell. It's just like Battle.net. It's very, very low. People, it feels like everybody is like playing their first game of Dota, you know. I look at them, they spend 20 seconds in Fountain looking for the item to buy, these kind of things.
Right in the beginning. They don't go to the rune.
Yeah.
They just kind of walk around. Okay, yeah.
So it gets a bit, I mean, I can see why other people can get really frustrated playing these games because they desperately want to win it. But I've given up on that idea. I don't want to win it. I just want to have my 5 minutes of fun.
Like 5 minutes?
5 minutes
That's all you're
fun.
looking for? Wow, you have low expectations.
Low expectation. I mean, you're not going to win. All Dota games are pretty much shit. At least the pubs. Pubs are they're just bad.
Okay. And but you're having fun scrimming with C9.
Yeah, that's my passion. That's my passion. Not the pubs.
No.
Competitive Dota is my passion.
Some people like pubs though. I mean Envy, he loves them.
Envy loves them. It's
I mean,
a love and hate.
He complains a lot and he whines a lot, but someone that does something so much, he can't not like it. You know.
I think it's very love and hate.
Yeah. He likes carrying the. You see the videos of him yelling at his teammates?
Oh yeah, I've seen them all. You know about my soundboard, right?
Yeah.
I have a sound.
You have a soundboard?
I have a soundboard. I took like I think 50 enemy sounds. It was updating for a while, like because they were constantly being posted on Reddit. They're the best.
Okay. You gotta show me that. Show me the soundboard. I'll use it. Because we used it in a song. We wrote a song and we put it.
I heard it.
Put his things in it. Okay. Well, you know. Do you have any last stuff you want to say about this boot camp before we wrap up?
I mean, about the bootcamp is obvious. Like HTC, they gave us a hell of a bootcamp. This is amazing. I think we have the best bootcamp of all the teams. I haven't seen any of the others, but I can't imagine like anything being better. I at least have everything I want. Like it's perfect.
Okay. All right. Well, give me one last prediction about TI. Something new that. Give me a bold prediction. Not about like where you finish or anything. Just a bold prediction about what you think is gonna happen. What hero is gonna be used? Or
I got something. Something I'm thinking about. Somebody's gonna pull a Fada at TI. Somebody's gonna skill the minus armor on Shadow Fiend. That's what's gonna happen. They're gonna ask for a remake, and it's gonna be a big fat no. Just no. You're gonna play with this aura level 1 Shadow Fiend. Miss all the last hits too.
No, they're gonna get the rune and get first blood because of the minus armor. That's what's gonna happen.
Or they just decide to do
Roche,
and then the both predictions happen right there. But that's my prediction. Somebody's gonna skill the minus armor on Shadow Fiend. I'm calling it right now.
All right, okay.
Yeah,
all right, I'll give you credit for that.
You owe me a beer if that happens.
I'll get you a beer anyway. It's fine.
Anyway,
thank you. All right. Thank you for the interview.
Thank you for the interview.
We'll catch up at TI.
Will do.